welcome to my very first knitting project vlog. My name is Jo. I live on the south coast of England, down in Dorset, in sunny Dorset. But this vlog is going to be about the Dead Easy tea. Now, I have never heard of this tea, and I'm learning all the time, and I watch other people's podcasts and I get so many ideas of what I want to make. And I was watching Nellie and Eve last week, I think it was, and she has some amazing hand-dyed yarns, and she used natural ingredients to dye them. Anyway, she has made a Dead Easy tea. I'm calling it a tea. I think the pattern is actually for a sweater, but she's made it into a tea, and she said she can use it with one skein of yarn. Now, I am going to the Big Flock in a week's time, and she's going to be there, so I'm very, very excited to be going there and buying lots of her yarn because it's absolutely gorgeous. But meanwhile, I have got some yarn that I bought at Unravel, and I am going to use it to make one of these Dead Easy teas. I didn't know what I wanted to do with this yarn, but I do now. So let me show you the yarn that I bought. So these here are from Eden Cottage Yarns, and I don't know why I didn't buy two of these, but I didn't. Instead, I bought one of those and then one of those to go with it, when in hindsight, really, I could have just bought two of those to knit together. They are both lace weight yarn. Now, this one here is beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. And it is Bimham Fluff Lace. I must apologise for my voice at the moment. I haven't been very well, and I just can't seem to shift this cold and cough. So if I do start spluttering, I will try and edit out as much as possible. So yeah, back to the yarn. This is Bimham Fluff Lace in the colour Hydrangea. There's 100 grams and there's 600 metres on there, and it is 80% superwash merino and 20% nylon, and I just fell in love with this. When I was at Unravel, this was my last purchase, and I had been back to the store about 5 times and couldn't make my mind up, and in the end I thought, right, I've got to do it because I will kick myself if I don't, and I'm glad I did get it. So this was the main focus that I was, when I saw this, I knew what I wanted to make. And I knew it was going to be a tea, but I didn't know what sort of tea. And then I got this one to go with it. So it's a little bit, so it would be like a 4-ply, wouldn't it, with the two lace weights together. Now this one here is Ascom lace. I'm probably a bit too close to the camera. As I said, this is my very first project blog, so please forgive me if I am not in focus. I'm doing my best. So, yeah, this is in the colourway Antique Rose, and it's 70% baby alpaca and 30% silk. And it's 100 grams, and there is 800 metres on this, so there is plenty to make this Dead Easy tea. Which I am about to cake up. So let's get started. I haven't even shown you a picture of the actual tea that I'm going to make, but somewhere along the line I will insert a picture on the screen, either here or there, and of what I'm making. But let's get started. Right, so that's the yarn all caked up. I've done the fluff in 2 balls because it was so big. And that lace, oh my God, 800 metres. It took me for ages. My arm's killing me now. So, yeah, I'm all ready to go. Now, the pattern itself doesn't, well, I don't think it doesn't call for a gauge swatch. And that is because it says you can do it in any yarn, although it tells you to do it in 4-ply. It says you can do it in any yarn. I have already started the t-shirt in another cheap cotton acrylic yarn just to see how it was coming up, and that's a DK, but it's a very thin DK and it's coming up beautifully, so I really hope this does the same thing. It's on 6mm needles though, so that is quite big for such fine yarn. It may have to go down a little bit, so I am going to do a gauge swatch just to see how it turns out. So I will come back when I've done that and show you the gauge swatch, but I may well also have started the tea. I'm excited. I think this is going to be absolutely gorgeous. This reminds me of candy floss. Now it's all caked up. It does look like candy floss. Scrummy. Right, let's get started then. Right, well, I've come down to the boat. I'm not to do any work on it today. My husband's got to do an oil change. We're going away in a few weeks, so he needs to do some maintenance. But he needed someone to be on the boat while he's doing the maintenance. So I've come down and I've brought my knitting down, and I'm going to crack on with that. And yeah, I just sit quietly and while he's tinkering away, make sure that he's safe. So I'll take you for a little walk up the marina, I think, see what you think. Right, so it's now Monday, and I thought I'd better come on and show you my progress so far, because it's not much of a project vlog if I'm not showing you my progress. And this is such a quick knit. I'm going to have it done within a few days, I tell you. It is working up a dream. I'm loving every minute of this. And just to change the subject slightly, I apologise for what was previously a mess in the background. When I went back and edited the first clips that I did, and it was a spur of the moment thing that I decided I was going to do this project vlog, but when I was editing the clips, I couldn't believe the mess in the background. It looked awful. I mean, I got a big black board that was sort of tilted at an angle in the window, and that's because it's south facing here. And in the summer, or when it's very, very sunny, I'm sat there at my computer, I can't see. So I have this black board which just sort of moves around, and it's only sort of propped up on the window ledge, and it had tilted, and it just looked awful. Anyway, I've had it tidy up today, so it looks so much more tidy behind me. Right, back to the progress then. So this is how far I've got, and it's quite a long way, to be honest. Look at that. Look how much I have done. I'll sit back a bit so that I can peep over the top and make sure that you can see it. And I'll put it a little bit closer as well. But this is beautiful. I had done a swatch, which is here actually. It is still damp, so I haven't taken it off the block. And I didn't do very much of a swatch, and that was mainly because I knew that I was going to love it as soon as I started knitting with it. And I thought, well, there's no point in carrying on. And so what I did, I've just soaked in a little bit of water this morning and stuck it on the blocking mat to see how much it stretches, because it's very, very light, and I'm sure that there will be a little bit of stretch to it, and it has stretched a little bit, but not too bad. I haven't actually stretched this out on the blocking mat. I've literally laid it out and pinned it. But it's beautiful. It is such lovely yarn, so soft. But look how beautiful, look how beautiful it is. The colour is just scrumptious. It really does remind me of candy floss. And it's light, and it's because it's done on 6mm knit needles, it's just whoosh, straight up. So I have got to the point, well, last night I got to the point where I've reached the armholes. So I'm now just knitting around for the body. I'm going to carry on going, I think, because I've got loads of yarn left, absolutely tons of it. So I don't think there's any point I'm going to run out. I've got to work out what I want to do. The sleeves are lovely as they are, actually. And I will probably just do a couple of rows, and then I would do like this rick-racky stitch that I've got in the yoke here around the edges, and the same at the bottom. But it's such a cosy little knit. When I slipped it on this morning, I thought, oh my god. I haven't done any like ribbing around the neck as well, and I really followed Helen's guide on that. That's from Nellie and Eve, who sort of inspired me to make this, actually, because she said that when she did hers, she hadn't put anything on it. She just left the cast on stitches, and it looks fine. It's quite neat as well. You can probably see that it is quite neat. But yeah, it is coming along beautifully. So a bit more knitting tonight, I think. I haven't done very much knitting over the last 2 days as I've been back to work, and I've literally just been exhausted and fallen asleep in front of the telly. But I'm still planning on finishing this for the weekend when I go to the big flock. I thought I'd try it on, show you how it's fitting and how it looks. It's just beautiful. It feels so lovely on my skin. And as I said the other day about the sleeves, at the moment, they were just on hold. I haven't done anything. I finished the yoke and then continued in the body. So I will do a few more rows, and then I will do a bit of the rip racking around there. If I pull that, yeah. So I don't really need them much longer than that. I don't like long sleeves down here. They just don't suit me. They make my arms like even fatter than what they already are. So I'm only going to keep them a short t-shirt, or a short-sleeved, very short-sleeved t-shirt. And yeah, I'm getting on with the body. Not too much more to do. I'm hoping to do a bit more tonight. We're going out tonight for a Greek barbecue. So I might take it with me, but if not, I will come back and I will do a bit more, and hopefully I won't fall asleep tonight. Fingers crossed. Later,
but it's finished. It is finished. So it did only take me a week to make this tea. And although I didn't wear it to the big flock, I still did finish it on the Friday night beforehand, but I didn't have time to block it and the weather changed. So I wore a big thick jumper and then I was too hot. So I could have worn this after all. But anyway, it is finished. And I just wanted to show you how beautiful it is. You can probably see that I'm a bit more tanned than I was last time. Because it's been at least a week since I finished it. And we are currently at about 25 degrees centigrade at 9 o'clock in the morning. And it is a roasting, so I'm not keeping this on. I will change it and I will come back shortly and I will tell you all the different modifications that I made to the jumper or the tea and what I would do next time, because I would definitely make another one of these.
Right, so let's do a roundup of this project vlog and I will tell you all the notes that I have made on making this tea. First of all, I'll stand up and I will show you the tea again. I absolutely love this t-shirt. It's the yarn that I've chosen for it has worked up so well. It is beautifully soft, lovely and drapey. I don't know whether, if I stand on tippy toes, I like to wear my t-shirts with a little tuck in the top of my trousers. As you can see, I've got a cami on underneath because it is quite see-through, but honestly, it just feels so soft on my skin and it's so light as well. I desperately want to make another one of these actually. Right, so the Dead Easy tea then. Yeah, a few modifications, but not that many really. So the t-shirt actually comes in 2 sizes, so it's not necessarily a size inclusive pattern, but saying that, you could quite easily adapt it, I'm sure. So the sizes are a small to medium or a large to XL, and I did the smaller one, which is still quite big, to be honest. Now, when it came to doing the neck, I think I've said this previously in the vlog, that I didn't actually do a whatchamacallit, any ribbon. Forgot what it was called. Any ribbon. I literally used the cast on edge, which has given it a nice wide opening, and I feel that is perfect for this tea actually. Now, after finishing this, I actually think that it is very similar to the ranunculus. I've never made a ranunculus, but having looked at them, they do look quite similar. This was, I mean, it's called a Dead Easy tea, and it really was a dead easy tea to make. So once I'd done the cast on and done a couple of rows, there are some short rows that are done in the back to raise it up a little bit. This is the first time that I've come across a twist and turn technique for short rows, and I tried it a couple of times and I just couldn't master it at all. So I went back and I've done the usual German short rows, which I find pretty easy to do. So that was the first modification that I made. Well, second actually, because I didn't do the neckline, did I? And then you go on to the pattern repeat, which, how many rows are in a pattern? Oh, I don't know. I didn't even look to, and I can't remember now because it's been a while since I finished it. And I am on lots of other projects now. This is gone. This is finished. This is completed. But yeah, there are, I reckon about 8 rows. So we say about 8 rows, the pattern repeat. And I did put in stitch markers for the pattern as well, because I made a couple of mistakes and had to, rip back a couple of times because I'd made a mistake. But once I started putting stitch markers in to mark out each of the pattern repeats, I was off and running basically. I didn't make a mistake again, so that is well worth doing if you're going to make this. I guess that works for any lace. I suppose they call this lace work, but any pattern repeat. I think it's a good idea to stick in stitch markers. So I've learnt from that as well. Yeah, I more or less did the rest of it to pattern really. I obviously made the body longer, and I've made the sleeves shorter because that's just how I prefer it. With the sleeves, so it is top down as usual, and then you just put the stitches of the sleeves on hold as normal, and then pick them up later. So I did an extra 8 rows at the stockinette before I did the ribbing. No, it's not a normal ribbon, it's the ribbon that's actually in the yoke here. I really like this. I think it's a knit slip or a pearl slip or something like that, but it's beautiful, and I thought it really worked well on the sleeves. I think on reflection, although I don't like my sleeves too long, let me sit down. Although I don't like my sleeves too long, I will make these a little bit longer on the next one. Yeah, only because I think it's probably the actual fabric, the actual yarn that I've used. When I sit down, they tend to sort of fold under a little bit, and I am pulling a little bit. So maybe I'll do a couple more rows next time. But I mean, I have thought about undoing it and adding a few more rows, but you know what, I can't be bothered. It's fluff as well, and you know how that can be quite difficult to unpick. So yeah, that was the other alteration. As I said, I just made it longer in the body, and then I've done that nice little rick-racky ribbing type thing on the bottom there. I don't know whether you can see. I hope you can see. I'm not going to take this off. Right, so I had quite a bit of yarn left over, to be honest. Look at all this that I've got left. It's absolutely loads. So I weighed this, and I basically got 24 grams of this left. This was 100 gram skein to start with, so that worked out about 144 metres left of that. And then of the lace, the silk lace, I had 47 grams of this. Again, this was 100 gram skein, and that gives me 376 metres that I have left over. Absolutely loads. I mean, not enough to make another one, obviously, but I could quite easily, what I'm thinking of is making a little scarf, like a Sophie scarf with this, and I might do it double with that and single with that. So what would that give me? It wouldn't make a DK, but it would definitely do something between a 4-ply and a DK. Is that sport weight? I don't know. But yeah, I think that would be quite nice because it's so soft and squidgy when this is knitted up. It's beautiful. Yeah, so overall, it is a good make, and I would highly recommend the Dead Easy Tee by Karen Fernandes. I will put it in the description below so that you can find it on Ravelry. So that's it from me for my very first project vlog, and also my very first YouTube video. It's taken me forever to do this, and it's been such a steep learning curve of doing the videoing, editing it, putting it all together. Now I've got to upload it to YouTube, so I hope that that works out okay. And there are more videos that I want to put out there. I really want to do a podcast. I think that might be a little bit easier on the editing skills, she says. Fingers crossed. But I also did do some videoing when I went to the big flock. Incidentally, as I said previously, I didn't get to wear this at the big flock because the weather wasn't great and I wanted to be warm and not cold. But in fact, when I got there, the place was absolutely
roasting, and I could have worn it if I'd worn a coat over the top. But never mind. I'm wearing it now, and that's the main thing, and I am so pleased with it. It has been blocked, by the way. I forgot to say that. It has been blocked. Right, so yes, this will be the end of the project vlog. Thank you very much for watching, if you managed to stay this long into it. As I said, it is a learning curve with this, and I hopefully will get better with my vlogging and any other videos that I do. If you did like it, please like and subscribe, as they say, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks very much.